Alrighty, what's going on, guys? My name's Cole, and today I am bringing you the top 5 attackers and defenders for beginning/new players. This is my own personal opinion, so please keep that in mind. If you disagree with me, please go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know who you think should replace it on the list. We are going to start with the attackers first, moving up the list from 5 to 1, and then we will move on to the defenders doing the same exact thing. First on the list, well, technically fifth on the list, is going to be Sledge himself. His loadout is the M50A1, followed by the L85A2, with the P226 as secondary and the SMG11. He has frags and stuns available to his kit. Personally, I would recommend the L85A2 with the ACOG, Flash Hider, and Vertical Grip, and the SMG11 with Flash Hider, Vertical Grip, and the Holographic Sight. Obviously, the Holo and the Sight in general is all personal preference, but I do like to play the longer angles with him, and if I want to get up close and personal, I will whip out the SMG11 for some close range carnage. I do rock the frags on his kit. He is one of the few operators that have frags available to him, so I do think it'd be a mistake not to bring them. The L85A2 has almost no recoil whatsoever. Unlike the SMG11, you will need to practice in order to get good with it. Once you do, though, you will be set up because the SMG11 is shared by 3 or 4 other operators, and it is a very, very useful weapon at close range. Moving on to his special ability, it is a breaching hammer, as you can see right here on his back. He can open the floors and walls. Jeez, I couldn't find the word. He can also destroy barbed wire. He can destroy bulletproof cams and maestro cams with his breaching hammer. All in all, he's a very, very good operator for new beginners, as he has very, very little recoil, frag grenades, and he has a lot of self-destruction capability. Number 4 on our list is going to be Mach 4 Ashe. Look at that. She's beautiful. It's going to be 3-speed, 1-armor operator. Her loadout is as follows: the G36C, the R4C, the M45, and the 5.7 USG with breach charges and stun grenades available to her. Personally, I run the R4C with hollow, muzzle brake, and vertical grip. And I run either of the pistols. It just depends on what I've selected on any of my accounts. I do pick the stun grenade because it suits her style of play as a more run and gun heavy type of operator. The G36C is a very, very nice second. Actually pretty cool. It has like a purple tint on it compared to the other guns. That's kind of weird. But the G36C is not a bad operator by any means. I do use the hollow muzzle on this account and the vertical grip. Sometimes I do use the hollow angled grip and flash hider. It's more personal preference than anything, but I do like the R4C more. She has a breaching round, 2 breaching rounds, excuse me. She can open soft walls, ceilings, floors. She can get rid of maestro cams, barbed wire, bulletproof cams, pretty much anything that Sledge can do, but she does it at a distance, and she does it fast. Number 3 on our list is going to be Habana, the lady from Japan. She is rocking the Type 89 and the Supernova as primaries, the P229 and the Bearing 9 secondaries with stuns and breach charges for her gadgets. I would suggest the Type 89. Personally, I run either the ACOG or Holo, depending on what map and what style of play I am wanting to do. Flash or muzzle brake, and I run angled grip pretty much all the time. I don't see a huge increase of recoil sacrificing the vertical grip, so I do go with the angled. As far as secondaries go, I do rock the Bearing 9 with hollow, flash, and I think that's it. Yeah, hollow and flash. I do prefer this over the P229 as it is better in close range. For me personally, I rock the stun grenades as I like to go a little bit more aggressive as Habana. She does have the X Kairos. She gets 6 pellets per shot, 3 shots altogether, and they are used for opening up reinforced walls. Number 2 on our list is the brother to Sledge, Thatcher. He has the AR-33, the L85A2, the M59OA1 shotgun with the P226 as a secondary with breach charges and claymores. Most of the time I do take the claymore to allow myself to cover from afar any kind of runouts or anything while I help the Thermite open reinforced walls. I personally use the L85A2 as I use a lot of Sledge, and it just comes over. There's very, very little recoil. As I said, again, ACOG, flash, and the vertical grip. The AR-33 is a very, very nice primary as well. Personally, I'm not a fan of the recoil pattern, but I do know a lot of people who use it and enjoy it and absolutely frag out with it. Again, you're not going to want to take any shotguns on attack unless you are trying to meme on people for the most part. Oh, I almost forgot. His special ability is the EMP grenade. He disables gadgets and electronics within the range of the EMP. He is very, very good for getting rid of maestro cams. So as it goes off, it'll open up, you can destroy them, or it'll get rid of mutes or bandits or Ella mines, or it disables cameras. It is a very, very powerful device, and I highly recommend that you take Thatcher and learn how to play him. Paired with number 1 on our list, Thermite. His loadout is, he has the M1014 with the 5.56 XI and the M45 and the 5.7 USG. He does have Claymore and Stun Grenade as well. I take the Claymore personally, and I use the 5.56 XI. It is a very, very powerful gun. As you can see, that's 47 damage per shot. I use the vertical grip and the ACOG with Flash Hider. Unless I'm going for a more frag-heavy Thermite, I will switch to the angled grip and the hollow sight. So that's my own personal preference. Secondaries, again, I don't see much of a difference. I pick either or for the most part. His special ability is an exothermic charge, which is placed on reinforced walls to make a big-ass hole coming right up. That's going to do it for our attackers, top 5. Let's go ahead and switch over to the defenders. Starting with number 5, Vigil. I would say, for me personally, I kind of compare him to the defensive version of Ashe. He has a very, very good gun. He has the KIA and the Boss G. He has the C75 auto with the SMG-12, impact grenades, and a bulletproof camera. Personally, I rock the KIA. I am rocking the vertical grip right now. I don't know why. I normally use the angled grip, vertical grip, flash hider, and hollow. You can use the Boss G. I personally would not recommend it for new players, as it only gets 2 shots. And those 2 shots, unless you're very, very accurate, you're going to end up screwing yourself over. I have switched over to the, again, it's not on there, the C75 auto over the SMG-12, as the SMG-12 was nerfed a while back alongside the Bearing 9, making it nigh unusable for me personally. I'd rather rock the silenced C75. I do rock impact grenades, as it does help with the roaming playstyle of Vigil. And his special ability is the ERC7, which allows you to go ahead and activate it and become absolutely invisible to all enemy drones. It's an incredibly useful tool for wasting the attacker's time and for remaining undetected via drones. Number 4 on our list is going to be Thick Boy himself, Rook. He has the P90, the MP5, and the SG-CQB shotgun with the Magnum, the LFP586. I just call it the Magnum. And the P9 with impacts and barbed wire. I personally rock the MP5, as it is a very, very little recoil weapon, and it absolutely smacks good off maps. I rock the ACOG, as Rook is a 3 armor, 1 speed. He is attuned and given the ACOG for his weapon. I use a flash hider and a vertical grip. Some people do use the P90. I personally do not like it, and I do not use the shotgun, as he has an MP5, which is the clear choice in my opinion. I must have been memeing the last time I used him, because I do have the Magnum equipped, but I do use the P9 due to the Magnum's low bullet count and high recoil. I do use impact grenades, as I do play an anchor role with Rook, and I need to create rotates inside the site to connect both the bombs. He does have an armor pack to drop, and it gives 5 plates, 1 for you and 4 of your teammates, which will make it so that if you are shot, except for in the head, you will get into a down but not out state, and you will not be killed immediately. You will have a second chance. Moving on to number 3 is going to be the man himself, Mute. Again, SAS are very, very solid operators. Mute has the MP5K and the M59A1 as primaries, with the SMG11 and the P226 as secondaries, with a C4 and bulletproof camera. When I first started playing, I did rock the MP5K. I have since changed my opinion. I do think that you should rock the shotgun, the M590A1 shotgun with the SMG11. I think, one, it's going to help you open up it's going to help you open up rotates within the site, and it is a very, in my opinion, it's probably the best shotgun in the game. And you get the SMG11, which at close range to medium range, depending on your aim, is going to absolutely decimate your enemies. You get a C4, which I would highly recommend taking. If you want to use the MP5K, do not let me dissuade you from that. It is a very, very good submachine gun. I used to use it all the time, and I highly recommend it. But you do sacrifice the ability to make rotate holes and everything like that if you take it. He has Signal Disruptor. I believe he gets 3 or 4 Signal Disruptors, and they jam anywhere from X-Kairos from Habana, exothermic charges from Thermite. It jams drones. It jams a whole bunch of stuff. It turns off your cell phone if you get a phone call from Dokkaebi in the middle of a match. And that's about it. We are going to be moving on to number 2 in the list. As you can guess, we're going to go over here. Bandit. Bandit has the MP7 and the M870 shotgun available to him, with a P12 pistol, barbed wire, and a C4. I personally go ahead and rock the MP7 as it has very, very little recoil. I rock the compensator, holographic. The the M870 is a very, very good shotgun, but again, I would not take it over the MP7 any day of the week. P12 is the only option I have there, and I always rock the nitro cell. He has shock wires. He gets 4 of them, which are able to electrify shields, barbed wire, reinforced walls, but mostly reinforced walls. And he's able to do one thing that nobody else can, which is Bandit Trick, which is where you pick up and place down bandit charges on walls to get the exothermic charges or X-Cairo off the walls. It is a very, very, I wouldn't say it's a complicated process, but I will be coming out with a video to show you guys how to properly bandit trick, what you guys can use as far as your teammates go to bring you to be successful and prevent them from opening that wall. We are moving on to number 1, coming to a close. Last but not least, we have Jaeger. His loadout is as follows: the M870 alongside the 416C carbine, the P12 with a bulletproof camera and barbed wire. I personally always take the barbed wire. Obviously, that's the only choice, and I use the 416C carbine. It is a amazing weapon. I think I switch off the muzzle attachment. I think sometimes I have muzzle brake. I always have the vertical grip because I think that's the only thing that's available to him. It is. And I personally use the holographic sight. The M416 carbine is an absolute smacker of a weapon. He recently received a nerf, quote unquote, where he was bumped down from a 3-speed 1-armor to a 2-speed 2-armor. Personally, I don't think that has affected his performance in any way. I take him just as much because of his ADS system, his active defense system that he has. He gets 3 or 4 of them. I believe it's 3. And they block anywhere from Zofia charges to frag grenades and stun grenades. He does not prevent Capital bolts. Wamai does, though. But he is a very, very good operator to either anchor or to roam with. That is going to do it for my list, guys. If you disagree or agree with me, please let me know down in the comments. Drop a like on the video. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. It really, really helps me out. If you have anything that you want to see, I do have a surprise coming up for my 100 sub special. I cannot wait for that to happen. I will announce that once I have hit 100 subs. So please go ahead and click that subscribe. I have lots more in the works. Thank you all, and I will catch you all in the next video. Later.